turned that on? Say. Thank you. Hi, you guys. How are ya? Oh, hi, Clarence. It's been a while. Good to see you. Let me finish my edits really quickly. Because, you know, I always miss this stuff. Where am I? Oh boy, I can feel the end of this Mercury retrograde today. I know we have some more days to go with it, but I can feel the flutter of it hitting station, and it's just weird. Yeah, see, I can't. What? Okay. Let me get. And I can't type. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, we're just gonna do that. That's all we're gonna do. Where are you guys? Close that. Yeah. Oh boy, I feel like my brain is in quicksand. How you guys doing? How are you doing? There we go. Hi, Juno, Michelle Mabelle, Spiritual, Sharon, Sophie, Rita, Karen, Paisley. Hi, Calf Moons. Hi, everybody. Hi, Denise. Hi, Jan. Hi, Rosie. Good to see all of you guys. Hi, Jay. So here we go. Hi, Joanne. Yeah, so we, there was practice tonight, got done at a relatively decent hour, and I'm like, you know what? I want to go live, say hello. There are some really good things that happened today, and I just want to take advantage of that and analyze the good, because this is what's trickling in ahead of so much stuff as we get to next year. Good things are trickling in, and we have to be able to recognize those signs. It's not like all of a sudden we're going to wake up one day and everything is okay. It takes time. Just one foot in front of the other. We'll win some battles, we'll lose some, but overall we are trending into a totally different energy, a different setting, and things are trickling in. Actually, today, things are trickling in a bit more quickly than I was expecting. So I was really happy to see some of these things. So that's what I want to go through with you guys. I've had a lot of Abraham Lincoln on the brain today. Yesterday, he's like, you guys, there's something going on. And with all of the healing energy, him, asteroid, Chariklo, it is just so much profound stuff. I looked at one other thing right before I came live, and I just was moved to tears because I feel so much better about our Pluto return next year. Although things are messy now, and that stuff has to get unmessy, but it's heading into a time of more messy come January. And what I'm talking about is our supply chain and the stuff on the shelves. Holy cow. There's been stuff kind of empty on the shelves here and there, but I was shocked. I stopped by Walmart tonight and I was just like, what is going on? So we have messy stuff to clean up, but good things are coming in, okay? Just, you guys be prepared. Like I said in that last live, try and get all your Christmas stuff done by Thanksgiving. Venus retrogrades, I think December 20th, and then Mercury retrogrades in January. It is so messy in January. I just see warning lights all over the place. Not that things are going to collapse or anything like that. It's just going to be hard in different pockets of the country at different moments. And it's just going to be difficult. It's going to be messy. If I would like to encourage you, if you're also going to do any traveling, to just maybe not do it in January. I don't even like the end of December. February, things are getting better. But for context, Venus, you know, rules our comfort, rules love, and beauty, things of value, our money, love, aesthetics. Well, it's going to be in Capricorn. Capricorn's kind of the icy sign, a little bit cold. There is beauty in Capricorn, absolutely, but that's more like about the raw material core self in its essence. But Venus is going to be in Capricorn, I think, from, I saw somewhere November 5th until March. I have to double check, but it's going to be there for a long time, and it's really going to demand that you're scrupulous with your money. Do not be wasteful with your money and your resources. We're going to have to batten down the hatches and get to our core needs, not wants. Even though we're going into the holidays, you really want to be careful with your resources and plan appropriately. Okay? How you guys doing? And so today, a lot of things were coming in. I'm seeing the good trickle in. And like, you know how like when you're under stress for a long time, then you can finally go on vacation, or like whatever happens is over and your body just goes limp to jello and it's like you can't move. I am having sensations of that today. The moon is in Aquarius. There's a lot of energy in the skies and in the air, but that's where I'm vibing out. Those are the energies that I'm feeling that's trickling in, is this the relief, and that a lot of stress is like going to be going away. Even though things are stressful, that's my body picks up on this stuff pretty early. So that's the good. And President Clinton, I think he's going to be okay. He has a lot of Leo and Libra energy. And I was thinking this past year, he's always kind of been in the back of my mind, concerned like with health issues. Because, he's got Pluto and Leo. I think maybe Leo might be at the top of his chart. It's not. He's got his angles of his chart. Look at this. I made this little thing today. Because I've talked so much about a horoscope, I wanted to point out these parts of the chart. Because when I talk about the top of the chart, the bottom of the chart, the east, the west, the horizon. For President Clinton, these are the angles of the chart. Think of those as like the first day of a certain season. That's what ushers everything in. It's a big point where energies are infused and rush in with a different job to do for that quarter. That's what these points are. I looked quickly at these points, and I believe the top and the bottom got eclipsed. I call it the Solemani eclipse back on December 26, 2019, when they were planning the Solemani thing. We're seeing a lot of stuff. We were seeing a lot of stuff happen more in the fall, well, a month or two ago, related to that, especially with Afghanistan. But, the ascendant and the descendant, those are dealing with some aspects. So I think he's going to be okay. I think it might take a little bit longer to bounce back, because with all that Leo energy, and we've got, Jupiter and Saturn and Aquarius, we've got Uranus and Taurus. He's gonna just have to pace himself. And I think he's gonna be okay though. I actually have a Bill Clinton story. Do you want to hear it? I actually met him. This is a good story. How are you guys? I can look up a chart for him, but I know that let's see what I can do here. I know that his chart, you guys, he's really sexy and handsome in person. I did not expect that at all. I know he's got cardinal signs. Let me see if I can look this up real quick. I know he's got like, I took a picture of it, I think. Where is it? Bill, where are you? Bill Clinton chart. Here we go. Is this it? President Bill. Okay, so here he has, 5 Libra, 5 Aries. Ooh, 5 Capricorn, 5. Okay. So with his chart, when he was born, the sign coming over the eastern horizon, the rising sign, this is your life, your vitality, this is how you meet the world. 5 Libra, very diplomatic, an eloquent speaker. Venus, he's got in this first house, he's got Mars, Neptune, Venus, and Jupiter all in that first house. He's very sexy. This Neptune between the Mars and the Venus, well, that explains that now that I'm looking at that. He's got all of this here, and it lends for great vitality for the body. But here's this Neptune right here. That rules hidden toxins. He's got kind of an infection. Neptune has to do with the immune system as well. It's right in between that Mars and his Venus. And that Solemani eclipse happened at 4 degrees Capricorn. So it's like it hit here, 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 here. Okay? His sun is 26 Leo. His Pluto is 11 Leo. His moon, 20 Taurus. Venus ruled. Where am I doing this? So this is his chart. This all got eclipsed. He has transit planets right now. 5th house of the sun. Wait. Aquarius is over here, 5th house of the sun. This like rules your heart. His sun and his Pluto, they're opposite here. So this is what's giving a lot of stress. And we've got Uranus over here, which has to do with circulation. Kicking things up. Bringing in some unexpected hidden things in this 8th house. So I think he's going to be okay. So I met him. I met him in, was it 1994? He was in Chicago. I was living in Chicago. I lived in Chicago for a while. I had a bunch of roommates. It was the wildest summer, craziest summer of my life. I loved it. But also I was like, oh my God, I got to get out of here because it was just parties all the time, just a lot of fun. But even in my 20s, I was like, this is a little bit much. We got to rein this in. But my roommate, her boyfriend, he was working as an intern for the White House at the time, and he was the one that coordinated the motorcades. So I had the summers off because here I am, a school psychologist. And what am I going to do? So he comes into town. He's like, hey, do you want to work the motorcade? I'm like, sure, no problem. So they got like 20 minivans together. I do like a security check. I got to wear, that metal pin that they put on people that I see people wearing now. Like when the Congress people were taking off those pins that said that they were congressional people, it's like I got to wear something like that. But he was in Chicago for like 2-3 days. And like I was an extra driver, so I didn't really drive. I just kind of rode shotgun. But my minivan that we were driving was HRC staff, Hillary Rodham Clinton staff. So she wasn't in our minivan, but it was her staff. I had no idea who anybody was. I was like not involved in politics at all, just hanging out. But it was really cool because we would drive all over the city and everything's on lockdown. And it just was so easy to get back and forth and go different places. I remember we stopped at the Sheraton Hilton on Michigan Avenue, and I'm just like standing around, and the driver of the limousine was like, "Hey, do you want to see the limousine?" I was like, "Sure." And he like shows me the limousine, like they open the door, like the door's like this. It's so thick. The glass is like 6 inches thick. And they open the door, and there's President Clinton's. He had a smaller version of a Bible sitting right there. And then the guy is telling me all about what the limousine can do. It was amazing. And then like there was a Suburban like 2 cars ahead of us that had these military guys, and like the back window door, it would come down in an instant, and they had like machine guns, shoot stuff down. I remember we were along the lake shore, and he went for a jog, and then people wanted to talk to him, but it was really exciting. So we did that for like 2-3 days. When it was over, the guy who was in charge of the motorcade said, "Oh, I can't promise it, but it seems like we might be able to get you guys to line up, on the tarmac at Meigs Field." Before they tore it down on Chicago's lakefront, there was this airport called Meigs Field. And just the little Cessna planes would fly in and out. It was just so easy to get in and out of there. Well, that's where his helicopter was taking off. And so, in fact, we did get to go line up on the tarmac and meet him and Hillary. And the White House photographer was there. It was really, really cool. And so we were told, if you have a, something near and dear to your heart, go ahead and talk to him about it. You can say whatever. He listens. He remembers everything. So I'm like, what am I going to say? God, how old was I? I think I was only like 24. I was really young. Yeah, I was only like 24. So I'm like, what am I going to say? I'm like, I'll say something about education. And I couldn't think of anything. Well, it didn't matter anyways, because we get in line. And I'm sorry to say, Hillary Clinton looked extremely crabby. I don't blame her, though. It's a lot of stuff to do. But, we're standing in line, and I'm, trying to think of what I'm going to say. And it's my turn, and he walks up to me, and I never thought of him as sexy. His aura, he's got a vortex of sexiness that is, off the charts. I was speechless because he's all gray, and he's looking at me in the eye, and he's he seemed like he was 2 feet taller than me, but he not even a foot, but he's looking at me expectantly I'm gonna say something important. And I look at him and I'm like, "Thank you." And he goes, "No, thank you." And I looked at him like, "No, thank you." He's like, "Thank you." That's what I did with President Clinton. I just did the stupid "thank you." "No, thank you." "No, thank you." "Thank you." "No, thank you." And that was it. That's all. I was totally speechless. And then I was so embarrassed. And then there's Hillary, which I'm sure she saw me what's her problem? She can't talk? No, I can't talk. And I shook her hand. And I have pictures of myself with them, doing this whole little "thank you." "No, thank you." "Thank you." That whole little shtick. Packed away. It's still packed away somewhere. But I was going to try to pull them out and show it to you guys. Because it's kind of funny. Because I totally am got the thank you smile going on. So that's my Bill and Hillary story. It was so much fun. I loved it. And I loved the motorcades. And we had a motorcade around here, and I got my daughter in the car. I'm like, you need to go watch a motorcade, which is just go sit in traffic because nobody moves anywhere. But you got to understand what's going on the ground when someone important comes into town. You know, things shut down. You can't get around. People don't mess around at all. So that's my little story. I've never forgotten that essence about him. And yeah, just amazing. So I feel like he's going to be okay. It's just, he's older. What he's going to go through with this stuff, he's going to have to pace himself, is all. So how are you guys doing? Oh, hi, Marby. Thank you so much. So hi, Linda Foster. She made it again. Oh, breaking news. McAuliffe holds a slim lead over you. So, but when's their election? Their election, was it 3 days or 3 weeks? It's like pandemonium already over there with the election. Okay, yeah, Electrostorm, I do have a picture. I have to get it out of storage. It's a really cool picture. It's really amazing. So, oh, yeah, hit the thumbs up. Okay, so that's my story for you guys. It's kind of a cute story. Oh, Pamela Bryant, I was looking at the chat. You guys, I wanted to put a video together because I always go back and watch your chat. You guys crack me up so much. Sometimes I look at your chat during the live and I'm like, I don't know what they're talking about. It's kind of deep. I'll look at it later. But you guys are funny and you have good questions, and I wanted to make a video on just going through the chat. But Pamela, I noticed your question. Is it common for Mercury retrograde to have issues with your appetite? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Especially if you're a Virgo. Hi. Gemini, Virgo, Gemini moon. Because those signs are ruled by Mercury. Mercury retrograde, Mercury in the nervous system. It wreaks havoc on everything. And Virgo especially, because Virgo, the sign, is associated with the harvest, you know, with fresh leafy greens and vegetables from the earth. Virgo and Gemini, I think, are the two signs, if you don't have a lot of, depending on kind of where your Mars and Pluto are, your male planets, they tend towards going vegan much more easily than others. But, you know, you got like a Mars, Jupiter, those planets in like meaty signs, you're gonna be more of the carnivorous type. The vegan way just will not go. So yes, that can happen. Hi. Oh, hi, Impish. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Electra and Lack is sleeping too. I am such a mess with sleeping right now as well, especially where the Sun and Mars are. They're conjunct, so they're really, what's happening right now, don't you guys feel like there is this stream of energy that's got its foot on the gas and is just barreling straight ahead, isn't stopping? That's the Sun and Mars. Okay, I talked about this on Twitter today. You know, yes, Mars is in its detriment in Libra because Mars is ruled by Aries, which is 180 degrees opposite. It ushers in the whole season, the spring, the zodiac. It's the warrior. It's full of optimism, and it just decides and it goes. Libra is the fall. It's opposite. Mars cannot function like Mars likes to function. It has to follow the rules of Libra. But I like Mars and Libra. I know a lot of people are like kind of weirded out about that, especially since the Sun is in its fall in Libra. Like there's a lot of detriment. I like the Mars and Libra because I know they say detriment, but I'm like, this is fighting for justice. This is good in my eyes. And we're finally getting that. Look at all this justice-y stuff that's been happening, especially today. That's why I'm like all about celebrate the good, because there's some things I want to talk about. In fact, our greatest president, our great emancipator, one who unified our country, that guy, Abraham Lincoln, Mars in Libra, the 16th president of the United States. I like Mars in Libra. Yeah, I kind of like it. Just like I like Mars in Cancer. Mars is in its fall in Cancer, but for me, they're great defenders of home, unless you're Joe Manchin, because your asteroid is opposite your Mars in Cancer. So, except for him, I like Mars in Cancer. How are you guys doing? Okay. Yeah, this whole week, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. My sleep is so messed up. I'm so tired right now because I'm forcing myself to just stay awake. I think I've had 3 hours of sleep last night. So, anyway. Oh, just a second. My son's home. Hi. 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 How are you? Hi. Okay, thanks. Okay. Sorry about that. He's home. I love it. Okay. I'm back. Okay. So, where do I want to see? We've waited so long for some good news. Let's talk about today. This is very, very good. Where's my... Okay. What happened today? The sun is 21 Libra. The moon is in Aquarius. Oh. Mercury retro. Which one do I want to talk about first? Let's talk about the sun. 21 degrees Libra. Raise your hand if you've heard me talk about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, the Great Reset of 2020, because I always say it's the only thing I ever talk about. That happened way back. That was after the Solemani eclipse, which was a new moon eclipse. Then we had a full moon eclipse, and then 2 days later, we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction was the Great Reset of 2020. It promised to change world power and structure of governments globally. And so that started in 2020. And look at how Don Julio and his pals were trying to change everything in 2020, especially with the pandemic. But then if you think about George Floyd and the protests, and then like trying to get the military to go after the protesters, it was really, really a difficult year. But the thing is, the reason why, thank God, Donald didn't get to leverage that Great Reset, the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, is because we had a new moon, which was the Solemani eclipse, like on Christmas. And then like 2 weeks later, we had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. So the solar cycle was already set for a year with how Capricorn was going to behave. Okay? Okay, so January, February, March, April, May, June, July. November, we elect a new president. Donald's out. Come back, January 2021. Oh, we finally get a new moon in Capricorn. Now, the change happens with the restructure of government. You can't, this is why I always go by lunations, you guys, is because the lunations in the start of the season always reset the energies and the things that can potentially happen. And it always happens within that window of time. The lunation, the eclipse. The eclipses have let change happen over a longer period of time. They string together change kind of like pearls on a necklace. You can only add one pearl at a time until you get the new necklace. The lunations that are not eclipses, though, they can trigger off all those eclipses and have things happen. So, President Biden, Donald was going out when we had that new moon in Capricorn. And because Biden was the president-elect, he got to take the reins of the Saturn-Pluto and how it was going to be cemented cosmically for our nation. And this is that chart. Even though it was almost a year later, we had to kick off that solar cycle with that new moon. I hope that makes sense. Oh, whoops, where's everybody? Okay, so today, the sun was 21 degrees Libra, the scales of justice. We've got Mars in Libra, fighting for justice. Looky here, you guys. This is the Saturn-Pluto conjunction at the top of the chart in the 10th house in the skies over Washington, D.C. This is the public self. This is a life path, the life path of the United States. This is where the United States honors and authority are. This is our most public self. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction in the skies for everyone to see. On that Saturn-Pluto conjunction, the sun was 21 degrees Capricorn. So this 21 degrees Libra today, it was like click. Oh my God. And it's here in the 6th house of public servants in our military, in our intel, in our health, our agencies, our day-to-day routines and what we're doing. So this, think of it, not an eclipse click, but more like a Saturn-Pluto synod click. And what happened today? Well, Andrew McCabe got his retirement back. That is the scales of justice. He's a public servant, getting what was due to him. What this means is Donald Trump does not have his hand on the reins to rewrite what's in the stars of how our government is going to be restructured and who has the power. He's out, you guys. He has nothing to do with this. The fallout we're having right now, because Mercury is retrograde over here, is we're finding out all the crap that happened. And it sucks. It sucks so bad. We're going to keep finding stuff out. But our president, President Biden, is represented by the sun. And remember last time I talked about that new moon in Leo, why the craziness between those full moons in Aquarius, the double full moons in Aquarius? It's because Donald and Biden were sharing that, butting heads, but they actually shared that solar cycle. It was Donald's very last vestiges of anything he could have his hand in with government. But it was sliding away. And it was all the energies coming for Biden. So up here, we have the sun, our president, conjunct the asteroid Ceres, the hearth, how we nurture and feed the people. How we nurture and feed our agencies, our government. That is all does he not just talk about how can I help you? What do you need? How build back better? What resources, Capricorn, what do you need? Saturn, Pluto, I'm changing things around here. Well, yeah, things are going to get really changed around here. And then there's Mercury. The communications, the dialogue, the agreement, travel. This is all getting rewritten, and the sun had a whole look at that. Looky here. On top of it, are you listening? On top of it, you guys, the sun conjunct Zeus. Hello. So not only was the sun 21 degrees Libra today, squaring off and rewriting here because we haven't had a solar cycle where the moon was over here to define how we're going to do this. it was conjunct Zeus. So it's kind of like having the power and the authority of like a Zeus god in the 6th house of military, day-to-day routine, our health, nutrition, public servants. So Andrew McCabe, that was a huge, huge thing that happened today. What else happened today? Well, this Donald has to sit for a deposition in Manhattan. He's been ordered. He must do it by, he's scheduled for the 18th. If he can't, he has to do it by the 30th. But holy justice, scales of justice, fighting for justice in spades, Batman. That guy's got to sit for deposition, says Zeus. This full moon over New York, this one is over Washington, D.C. For Donald, like your vitality, this is your opposition. In New York, intercepted. No way in or out. He's got Saturn, Pluto, and the moon. He's screwed. He's so screwed. I knew something was going to come down hard on him. And I tweeted a couple days ago, I was like, you guys, something big's coming out of Manhattan. I think there's still more to come by the time we get to this full moon. But I also thought that the Saturn-Pluto conjunction here, because look at these degrees. We've got 20, the midheaven, 17 Capricorn, 21 Capricorn, 22 Capricorn, 22 Capricorn. 22 Capricorn is the degree, you guys, with Ceres, the asteroid, the nurturer, the mother, the hearth. Leading, we are going to nurture our agencies, our government, and we're going to nurture science, and we're going to nurture humanitarian efforts. We're going to nurture change and rebellion, good rebellion, and that's how we're going to change. It's written in the stars. Mercury there as well, and a cardinal sign. And it has really good movement back and forth and back and forth. I love it so much. Wah wah over Manhattan. He's screwed. So I knew stuff was going to be coming. But here's the thing, you guys. Today is just day one. Tomorrow the sun's going to be 22. Holy bejeebers. The sun is going to be 22. It's going to kick all that off. Then it's going to go 23. And then the sun's going to go 24 in square to transit Pluto at 24. Can opener eclipse. A lot of stuff is happening. But wait, there's more. If you order your Saturn-Pluto conjunction, not only will you get the sun at these degrees, you're going to have Mars pulling up the caboose. Couple steps behind, spending a day or two at each degree, 20 degrees, 21 degrees, 22 degrees, and so on. So hold on to your pants, you guys. Hold on. And there's more. I think Mars right now is 19 Libra. Mars gets to 0 degrees Scorpio. And you know who we say hello to? The Divine Feminine. Because that was my first live, my very first live I ever did. It was hard. I did not know any of this machinery, trickery stuff. We got through it. But that was the Divine Feminine who led everything in November 19th, 2019. And Mars on that day was 0 degrees Scorpio. The Divine Feminine has definitely had a presence lately that's been knocking my socks off. How are you guys doing? How are you doing? Let me just send hello. Yes. For entertainment purposes only. Yes. Okay. So that is Divine Feminine here. You guys, this is unbelievable. She's going to make her presence known too. I'm so excited. Oh. And her Mars, 0 degrees Scorpio, but it's in the 10th house for everyone to see. The Divine Feminine happened. What happened the following year? We got a female Veep. Hello. But it works in smaller parts, okay? I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple months. I seriously don't. I am just watching and observing and anticipating and trying to take everything that I know to make sense of what's happening. That's why I'm so excited for these things happening, because they came right on time. And not only did these things happen right on time, they went in the way we wanted them to go. And Steve Bannon, F around and find out. Too bad, so sad. This will be fun to watch. These guys, they're screwed. They are just totally screwed. Okay? Okay, Connie. We would have fun, but I would be chatting and I would get in trouble if we sat next to each other in class. So, I mentioned Abraham Lincoln. So, I want you guys to know, without a doubt, we are headed in the right direction. We need to talk about Abraham Lincoln. He has been coming up so much, it makes me want to weep. So here's the story of what's going on. Where's my... Here it is. So we have had, remember, Pluto went direct. And then Saturn went direct. We felt that right away. Like stuff was happening right away. And now we're waiting on Jupiter. It is retrograde right now, but it's going to go direct soon. I want to say by the 18th. It's going to happen soon. So when a planet slows down, like, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. All the planets follow this direction. But when you go outside and you see the moon or you see Jupiter in the sky every night, it's like if you took a picture every single night, you would see that each successive night, a planet going forward would be a little bit further over every single night. But when it retrogrades, it looks like it's just kind of staying in one spot and then slowly it goes backwards. At least from our perspective from Earth, it looks like it's going backwards. And then it gets ready to go forwards. And then it does, and then it goes. But this part here is like really slow. Jupiter clicking at its peak speed, it will go through like 1 degree. See, I've seen it go in 1 to 3 days. Okay? When it's slowing down, it might take like 5 days. So Jupiter retrograde has been at 22 Aquarius retrograde. All October, I believe, for like a month, we get it at 22 degrees Aquarius. This is really, really, really amazing. And last time we met, this is when I would, and thank you, Chariklo. I just am in love with this asteroid. She's such a master healer. She was married to Chiron. We have to have the asteroid discussion. We'll have that later. But she's like the master healer. She is that one in that space of solitude and quiet where you're really conscious, working on healing yourself, or you're with someone who needs a companion to be healed and you're with them and you're trying to flow the good and you can feel that synergy. You call on your angels. You bless crystals and things in their name. That's her. She's the one when you're calling on your guides and angels for something else or something bigger that you don't know what. That's her. And she is so yin, so chill. She's got everything you could possibly need, and she just is full of love from the core. That love that you feel down deep to your marrow. That just emanates. It just glows in love. That's her. The United States Chariklo is 22 degrees Aquarius. So she's like been hanging out for a month with us. on healing. Don't forget to call on your guides and call on all that is to help out with the stress. The things that you're feeling, please take care of this. Please bless this. Thank you. There's so much here that's just staying. For whatever reason, I'm looking at Abraham Lincoln stuff. His ascendant, the thing that gives you life, the sign on the eastern horizon when he was born, he took his first breath, had everything to do with how he meets the world, his vitality, his life. Also, 22 degrees Aquarius. I think this is partly why, see, I can feel this in my knees. The Gettysburg Address, so profound. And our devotion to those who have passed, we will honor them going forward as we rebuild. It's just, I can't even remember that. I don't have the speech handy with me. Oh my God. Okay, my bones are buzzing. Yes, I'm getting a yes. That's him. Wherever he walked, that presence, that divine presence of healing, a warrior for justice, that tenacity. That has been what he is with us. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Paisley, Chariklo is at her return in my 12th house right now, pretty strong. So Chariklo, she has a long orbit. It's like 62 to 63 years. You know, okay, we're going to talk about this. I'm sorry I'm going off on tangents, but I just get afraid that I will never be able to talk about this again. I charted, where are you, Chariklo? Okay, I don't have it. Darn it. I charted her ephemerate for the last 62 years, where she's been what, doing what, at what month. And what I totally forgot is that the asteroids, because Pluto is an asteroid, you guys. Asteroids matter. I don't know how astrology, well, I know Hellenistic astrology, but I don't know how we can ignore asteroids anymore. Pluto was demoted to a dwarf planet, aka asteroid, because its orbit was imperfect and it was on an angle. All of the planets go like this, except the moon is at a 5-degree angle. So the moon goes 5 degrees. But so all of our asteroids they all have different orbits. And as such, they pick up all the constellations that our planets never pick up. You know, like Orion and Pegasus and Cygnus and, you know, the Big Dipper, Little Dipper. They all touch them. And the thing is, asteroids were part of the Big Bang. Bang. They've been there since the beginning. They matter. In fact, I was reading a thing that the hypothesis about Pluto demoted. We've all felt the presence of Pluto with the transformation of our government and our world the last couple of years. The devastation and death from COVID. Past wars with Pearl Harbor. We know what Pluto feels like. And Pluto has regenerative qualities. It is thought that Pluto formed because of billions of asteroids just kind of slammed into each other and ended up creating a planet out there. That Pluto might actually be composed of billions of asteroids. And the image that came to my mind about billions of asteroids and Pluto, it reminded me of like billions of refugees coming together and making this unique home, a new planet, a new place. Right? Cannot ignore our asteroids. They've all broken off of things. They're all from our galaxy. Everything that's in our galaxy was meant to be here because we're made from stardust. Okay, so I'm going to get off my... Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. So, where was I going with this? So anyway, I said that. I made my peace with it. So, here we are. We've got Abe. We've got Chariklo. For a month during Mercury retrograde, while the divine feminine and the Saturn Pluto are rewriting the rules and President Biden is at the helm. These maggots are done, you guys. They're done. They're done. But this is what got me. This is why I almost started to cry. I know I have not really shown you the chart of the Pluto return because I've written all over it. But today I looked at it. Oh, and I'll tell you another reason why Donald is not part of this stuff, because his 23 Cancer, Donald's Venus is right there in Washington, D.C. Right there. I have to see if it's separated. His Venus and Saturn might be separated here. So all of his Venusian related things are on display with our president that can do whatever he wants. Oh, and USA Mercury is 20. There you go. USA Mercury is 24 Cancer. Donald Saturn is 25 Cancer. And so it's like we the people communications, print will always forever be in between his money and his authority. This is what that Pluto return is going to represent over time. But this is when I started to cry. Because the top of the chart, the middle of the sky, the midheaven for this chart, the public self, the life path that we're on with this Pluto return, the top of the chart is 7 degrees Aries. 7 degrees Aries is Abraham Lincoln's Venus. Venus represents your values. It represents the way you love. It represents aesthetics. It represents our relationships. New relationships forged. We have a new pioneer Aries in the sky, nurturing Abraham's Venus, Abraham Lincoln's Venus. There's our wound. I think we're in good hands, you guys. I really think we're in good hands. I've been kind of on the fence, but today there was more news that came out today, and that was it for me. I knew we're going to be okay. I can't even remember what the other news was that came out today, but there was a lot of stuff. How you guys doing? Okay. Okay. That's a good. Let me see what the other good. I know there was other good news. Steve Bannon is a dork. Oh, holy crap, you guys. On top of. So here, this is what got me. I'm gonna draw on this because I go. So remember, Aries 7 degrees. This is Abraham's Venus. You ready for this? Are you ready to have your mind totally blown away? His moon, Abraham Lincoln's moon, is 27 degrees Capricorn. USA Pluto is 27 degrees Capricorn. It's almost like Abraham Lincoln healed and united a nation after the Civil War. He's tenacious. He's had a vision. And it's like we are bathed in his energies, because I've shown you guys how even after someone passes away, their charts still carry through and are active in your day-to-day life. He's still active in our nation's history, very much so, but we're going to see more of him. So with this Pluto return, holy cripe, you guys, I just can't. There's so much all over this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Breathe. Okay. So his moon, 27 degrees Pluto, this side of the chart, we the people and our partnerships, transformations. The moon at this Pluto return is 22 degrees Libra. Today, the sun is 21 degrees Libra. Tomorrow, the sun will be at 22 degrees Libra. This is in our foundation. We're going to be rooted in justice and fairness, the scales of justice, transformation. The Mars, oh my God. This Mars is so super dignified here in the 6th house, because this is where the ego disappears, the machismo, like with the military. And this is where Mars is energized by being of service and serving others. This is where you have your strongest military, because you are truly doing it out of service and honor. You're not doing crap and not letting military have a mask or have a vaccination. It's none of that bullshittery that Abbott is doing. And Venus, they're conjunct. There is so much harmony here. Yin and yang, men and women, military, day-to-day service, our health sector, our doctors, our investigations, our farms, our health. This is just stunning. The sun will be at Pisces 2 degrees. Oh my gosh, look at how beautiful this is, you guys. I can't look at this anymore. I'm just gonna freak out if I keep looking at this. It's really good. It's really good. We saw evidence today. We've waited so super duper duper long for good news, to see evidence of things clicking into place. I know it's hard to see because it's Mercury retrograde and things are kind of crazy, and the news wants us, look at that, la la la, miracle in this, miracle in that, cinema, mansion, they're just trying to get us so upset. When the time comes and when it matters, you better believe these people will get in line, and they absolutely cannot deny these forces that are coming. A steady march, day by day, by day by day. It's like you can almost feel the cadence of what's coming our way. Oh my goodness, I'm on the right. Where are you guys? Oh, thank you, Keiko. Okay. So, Joan says we're getting a 5.9% raise in Social Security, biggest rate since 1985. Yeah, you know what? We had this thought tonight. They were saying, how do you explain Joe Biden's Build Back Better? Can representatives go back home and explain it to their constituents? Because, like, we're dumb. No. This is how you explain it. Everything the GOP and Republicans have stolen from us since the 80s, and gave it to big business and gave it to big corporations that now are charging us an arm and a leg for meat and food and electricity. We're getting that all back, and it's going where it should have gone all this time. We're getting it back. That's what Build Back Better does. I can't wait. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen, you guys. Okay. So I think that was mostly, yes, what I wanted to talk about. Was there anything you guys wanted to talk about? I know, mind blown, right? Spiritual seeker. It's so good. I don't even have on the, well, and also hockey started. So I'm happy about that. I will tell you, I am going to be planning. I have to get all my kitty cat food. I was upset at Walmart. There's like no food on the shelves for the cats. I'm like, this is October. What's going to happen in January? So she loves salmon. I just can't get her off of anything that doesn't have salmon and gravy. But she won't eat fresh, beautiful salmon sushi. Anyway, so there are some things I'm going to start stocking up on because this supply chain has me a little bit freaked out. I'm so thankful that President Biden put something in place to get things going because our supply, it is, I told you, it gets ugly in January. There's just so much I want to do. How you guys doing? Also, they're lowering the age to 60. Wait. What was lowering the age to 60 for Medicare? Yes, Laura. Bill Clinton, I think, is going to be okay. It's just going to take a while because of the transits he's having. I talked about this at the beginning of the video, and then I shared my Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton story when I met them. Thank you. Okay. I'm pressure cooking hens until the bones are soft for my cats. Okay. I might have to get one of those. Canned vegetables on sale. Yes. Yeah, and I don't think Build Back Better is once and done. You know, it's like, it feels like there's different volumes of it. So, I'm not going to read on President Clinton because I just don't feel like I'm supposed to. That's private. So I'm going to respect that. You know what I am going to tell you? There is something fishy going on. I did not even expect this to show up. Like, you know how like the Supreme Court's been kind of whiny lately about how unfair this is, like Alito and ACB. There's just been these little weird things that keep popping up about the Supreme Court. And then I see there's major deep stuff going on with the Supreme Court. I like wonder if that's why Alito and ACB are like trying to complain, because something is happening, and it's to the point that Don Julio in Manhattan, his relationship still with SCOTUS. There's some deep stuff going on. And then, okay, this is what I did. So, you know how Biden said, was it the second, is it traunche of documents that came out where he is waiving executive privilege on Don Julio? Well, the most recent one they had, he said he made a point to ask the National Archives, please do this urgently. So I'm like, urgently? What in the world is in those documents? And so it's kind of crazy. And you know, who lined up with this? What's in them? Ace of Cups and Six of Swords. And I think that lined up right away. Where is it? With Manchin. There's something going on with him. He knows. So I don't even know how to ask this question. Nothing is showing up with U.S. Marshals yet. But, okay, so President Biden, you urgently want these documents released. Why do they urgently? Because what happens? Urgently. Show me President Biden. Urgently. Oh, look at my cards are already messed up. Urgently. Oh my gosh, this card is like screaming. Urgently. Oh, here, okay. Because this is important. This. Oh boy. And this. Oh, just a second. I gotta let the dog out of my office. Hey. Here you go. I think I'm talking too much. He likes coming into my office at night and just sleeping by my feet, but I won't stop talking. He's kind of looking at me like, I'm out of here. Because of this, this, and this. Okay, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. Urgent. We got something here. It is very urgent. We can't go on with something until this gets urgently done. It is, hello, the Nine of Cups transnational. This is the Trump crime syndicate. I am just, wow, that was just kind of wow. We can't go on unless this is addressed. What do we have? The scales of justice. Because of the Justice Department turned on its head the rule of law. This is bigger than just our, this is bigger than, this is a foreign interference, coordinating. Total nightmare, what they did. So we've got, it's urgent because we've got this. There's an agreement in there between who? And what? Between who and what? Who, what, and leading to what outcome? Who? You know, that's my Russia card. Because Donald does not see him. Biden is this. Agreement, I'm with the Russia, we'll see. Because of something happening very fast, with the result being a riot and chaos. Okay. King of Cups. King of Cups. Who are you? Jake from State Farm. Who are you? King of Cups. Which King of Cups is this? Oh, man. The timing. That has got to be Putin. Because they always come up with it. 10 swords. Empress reversed. Baron Russia. That there's something going on there related to Putin. Okay. So we can't go on and get on with this stuff because the Justice and the Nine of Swords, because this, and then the Ten of Cups reversed. I feel like this is the Republican Party turning their backs on their oath, their agreement to the United States of America. Like, we're our own thing now. So what does this mean? Why this has to be released urgently? We've got the Ten of Cups. Oh, maybe that's Proud Boys. Who, what, leading to who? The money. The point of the money that was hidden. Ace of Pentacles, give me another card. That was hidden to keep Donald afloat. Coming back from the dead. Who, what? Oh, news they intercepted abroad. China, Russia. China, all those. Ugh. You know, the Five of Cups is my card. And we've got, how many countries here interfering? working on this on behalf of Donald. Jeez. Third thing, the lovers. There was an agreement. The lovers who... Oh, crap. Serious? Really? How badly was I buffering? How long? No, I don't do personal readings, like maybe at the end, but I do political readings. Thank you. Foreign interference was my last words. Can you tell me which card was my last words? I said foreign interference. Oh my gosh. Boy, did I hit a nerve there. Maybe there. Okay. Oh boy. So, the second reason they want this urgently, 10 of Cups, it could be the Republican Party, but I think this might be P-Boys. What they found out, the point of hidden money and power, so Donald could overcome the fact that he's a big loser. Donald lost. Donald lost. I've just been saying that all night tonight because it just feels good to say it, and it's true. I'm not gloating. I'm just saying words that are true and that feel good, and hopefully the universe will amplify that. So feel free to say that as often as you feel, and we can just pick up this stream and hand it on one to another. Donald lost. Donald lost. Everything's okay. Donald lost. Everyone accepts it. Donald lost. It's okay. Okay. So this, then, the money to keep him afloat, intercepted news from overseas. Here's my 5 of Cups. This is the Russia, China, North Korea, all those nations that interfere. The 5 of Cups operate in that, let's say China comes into our nation or discussions and goes do, gets this, gets that, gets this, does this damage, takes this, does that to whatever they want. And when this leaves the United States, it goes out through like another country or a different source, so nothing is ever traceable. So there was news on that, and what an operation they had going on, clicking on all cylinders, all countries, money everywhere. I'm getting Bitcoin in this too, crypto. This is a massive, massive operation. So the third reason, the urgency, is because the lovers, this card, like the 2 of Cups are usually between people, the lovers between nations. I've had the lovers reversed because the GOP has broken up with half of the United States, well, actually the majority, and has decided to do their own thing. But we have lovers here. The agreement, what was going on related to then, the who, the what, leading to what? Who? The 8 of Cups. Because he's spinning in circles. He has nowhere to go. He can't go back to anything. He can't go forward to anything. So there's this agreement that they know he's toast. He's done spinning in circles. Who? What? Here's that 2 of Pentacles again. It isn't necessarily about balance. The 2 Pentacles are exchange of data, money laundering, plans, an agreement. Because he's spinning around, will throw you a lifeline and will get this stuff going between nations, between contacts, between a middleman, so nobody can trace this back to you. Leading to the celebration. So It's urgent to release this because there's an agreement, the rusher. We have how they're being paid, what the plan was, the big thing going on, the big machine that has it going, and then the bigger agreements because the transnational mafia really needs to keep Don Julio in office. The Six Swans mob. It used to be Trump, Putin, Unji, Netanyahu, MBS, la la la. Plug in Iran, plug in whoever else. There you go. So this is the urgency. Get it done, National Archives. Yeah, thank you very much. Martha, she said, you predicted about the Pandora paper. Yes, you said that all this money between all these nations laundered. Yes. I remember your Terrascopes on it. Yeah, I was saying that back in 2019. And I got a lot of flack from that. I think that's when people fled because I was a fearmongerer and I was a conspiracy theorist. What you gonna do? Okay. So, did you see the DOD today basically told Greg Abbott to shut up? You have nothing. Go pound sand. The military and government contractors are required to have vaccines. Nothing you say will fit. It's called the Supremacy Clause. They had to spell it out for him. Kind of cool. Okay. So, what else is going on? There was that. What else is going on? Toast. Yeah, Trump lost. He knows he lost. Okay, so the John Deere strike. There's a lot of strikes going on. I think what we're seeing with this, that's part of the transformation, the adjustment happening with this Saturn-Pluto return. This area, you guys get this. This area also rules over your coworkers, working at the office, working together. The sun right now is 21, Libra. This is why they're striking. They've had enough. Virgo rules, well, the natural ruler of this real estate. You also have Generation X, I don't know, Generation Y. That generation, my generation, we have Pluto in Virgo. Oh, okay, so now this makes sense to me. Pluto is transformation. I always wondered, how is it that Generation X is going to transform health and transform the workplace? Well, the pandemic, and then the Generation X, who Pluto being a servant, has said, I've had enough. I can't do this anymore like this. We want something better. I feel like the strikes that are happening and the battles for wages are all part of this transformation. I mean, it's happening right here. I would be concerned if we just went back to work, because this is work. And like it was just static and stagnant like it was. No, we were forever changed. This is part of the Saturn-Pluto restructuring government and power. Power going back to the worker. I love that because fifth house of the sun, President Biden's territory, he's such a champion for workers and unions. And look at, he feeds this area, not only of the military, but there's the Virgo, your day-to-day worker bees. So I'm here. How about this? Let's do this oracle. Let's just draw some cards from the oracle. about the strikes, the workers, the transformation that's going on. I love this deck. Angels and ancestors. Guardians of the four corners, mother in the earth, father in the sky. Angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now. How appropriate is that? The card on top is the Hermit, ruled by Virgo. What is the retreat and recharge? Okay, I don't know this inside out. I wish I did, because I really love this. Hermit. So these are our workers. The message: take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. If our workforce is going to grow, rest and recuperate. I think workers are really stressed out, realizing how they were being worked to the bone. And in order for them to have rest and recuperate and proper self-care, they have to grow. They're rebelling. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself, we spend a lot of time connecting with ourselves the past year and a half, and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. That's it. Everybody has finally took time to listen to what was bubbling up all this time, and nobody will go back to what it was. The cross-legged meditation pose of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Shriyanta symbol behind him, represents the union of masculine and feminine. Masculine and feminine energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. Masculine, feminine energies, remember, our Pluto return. Mars and Venus are conjunct, and I believe it's here. It's in the 6th house, you guys. This is why we're having these strikes. The Pluto return is pulling it through us. Our future, Abraham Lincoln's love of the United States of America, it is pulling this change in structure through us at the exact right time where the sun is here. We're being pulled. Do you get that? We're being pulled toward the new. Things are breaking apart, but at this point, we're just coasting. This is why I won't do a whole lot of new moon energy wishing stuff, because we have 4 months out of 4 billion years to create something new. That's how pivotal this change is. We're just going to coast and just glide. So what is pulling us forward? That's what it is. What is pulling us forward? Can you guys feel that magnetic quality of what's pulling us towards our Pluto return now? We cannot deny it. That is like trying to push the moon backwards through an old lunation to go to the... No, if you just relax and let go, you can feel the pull of this Pluto return. Our Pluto return happens in 3 stages, okay? So, it hits us in February 2022. It goes forward. It comes back over it, and then it goes forward again. I think by the end of 2022, beginning of 2023. So it's a process. Again, there's no way we could do all of this at once, okay? But I think this Pluto return is going to be much more easier because we're not dealing with all that Saturn, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto stuff, and the Jupiter, Pluto, the 2020 that kicked our arses in. That's all been taken care of. We are We're in fine tuning, and Abraham's with us, Abraham Lincoln. What is pulling us forward? Oh, the trader, commerce. Commerce is pulling these guys forward. Exchanging energy to create abundance. Don't be afraid of our Pluto return. Divine Feminine's like, I have a word to say about what's being pulled forward. Don't you just love this deck? Three of Pentacles. That's kind of commerce as well. Discussion. Okay, what's pulling us forward? Oh, I'm really feeling the clarity of this Divine Feminine energy now. She just seemed like she was so muted out. Whoops. Okay, we'll just take these. We have the Nine of Swords. The high anxiety right now. The Six of Wands is right there. Six of Wands. A shared celebration. This is our victory card. Not the Six Wands mob. The Divine Feminine, high stakes, high energy. Take care of yourself, you guys. Rest, because we're covered in victory. Jazz hands, yay. And at the base of this, the Ten of Cups, this is all of us together. We, the people, our families. We've stuck together, and Divine Feminine is holding us together and really pouring it on. Keeping us together. The Six of Swords help easily, calmly get us to where we need to go with trusted guides, taking the things that we need. It's still a journey. This is just a 6. We're not at the, we're not at the end. We're still in a 6, better than a 5. Our Page of Pentacles, our children, our future. That's what she has to say. This nightmare high anxiety, we got through it. We are covered in victory where we are going. Still have a little ways to go. Invest in our kids. Be eager for what's ahead of us through the eyes of a child with a great new idea, with a great proposition. This new world is going to let all of us feel like this to go forward. We are such a blank slate, you guys. I really do not know what's going to happen between now and when Mars gets to 6 Sagittarius. That's when it clicks with the original Saturn-Pluto conjunction. We still have all these degrees to go from here to here of a wild card. Not such a wild card, but I mean, there is nothing tethered to this because it's so brand new. So we don't want to bring more anxiety with us, okay? We don't want to bring more problems with us. This is it. The habit y'all have to break is the addiction to fear and anxiety. And the media really wants to keep us there. So, our workers are striking because in order to exchange the energy that's ahead of us and to create that abundance, they need to demand change. Pluto return. The plutocrats are not going to enjoy this, including the big plutocracies in business. So what's pulling us forward? What's pulling us forward? How handsome. Look at our medicine guardian being open to healing information. Putin has an information war on us, but the medicine guardian really, oh my gosh, wants the world to be open to healing information like from Dr. Fauci and the CDC. That actually is out there in the future and has staked its ground and is pulling us towards. People are going to resist about COVID and the virus. No, the problem has been solved in the future, and it's right here. The correct information is already standing there and waiting for us, and it is cutting its way through. Hello, Department of Defense telling Greg Abbott to go pound sand about the vaccinations. Great example. Another good thing that happened today. How else? So, because in order for us to have a good workforce, everybody needs to take care of this. The other thing that's pulling us forward and through this, that is, the symptom is a strike, nothing to fear. This has happened before in U.S. history. Oh, look at that. The guardian angel. You are not alone. What do you have to say? We're not alone. It might be a blank slate, but not alone at all. I need better light. Can this? Guardian angel. What does guardian angel have to say? See, they don't put this in alphabetical order. They do it in sections. So the guardian angel is part of the guardians and messengers. There's 12 guardian spirits in this deck that all bring miraculous messages of healing and guidance. They include the keepers of the directions, angels, and the elements. So the guardian angel, you're not alone. The message of what's pulling us forward now, we don't need directions or a map. This is just magnetically pulling us forward. Watch for signs and reminders from your angels and loved ones that they are close by. We got Abraham Lincoln today, you guys, in Chariklo. Remember, they are working hard to guide you. The guardian angel card shows the white feather that has become known as the guardian angel's business card. Whenever a white feather appears in your life and or this card appears in a reading, it's a message to say your guardian angel and ancestor guides are particularly close at this time and are there to support you with their love. If you've asked for help with a particular situation, know that there is divine intervention in the works. I cannot wait to see my next feather. And the third thing that is pulling us forward through strikes, which are not scary, the stag. Trust and thrive. Ooh, this is the season where the deer are moving. What does the stag say? Stag. 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 Nope. Sorry, wrong. Stag. Is not it? Where were you? Oh, okay. So stag falls in this last category of warrior symbols. There are 9 symbol cards in this deck that indicate growth. Sacred ones in times gone by would look for omens in nature to divine the outcome. And so the stag says, message, ready? This is what's being pulled through us, through our strikes. The stag, come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. Imagine those union workers standing in their light and glory with grace and majesty. Bless them. Oh, man, that is so powerful, you guys. So the stag card brings graceful and powerful medicine into your life. In the Celtic traditions, the stag, with his crown of antlers, is known as the king of the forest and is a totem that brings protection in challenging times. In Native American traditions, he is greatly loved, for stags and deer have provided food for the people and materials that have allowed them to create medicine in items such as drums, rattles, and smudge fans. Although the stag has been hunted in the past and still is, he has strength, dignity, and poise. Ooh. When this card arises, it can also represent fertility and sexuality, maybe an opportunity to explore your sexual side with your spiritual integrity supporting you on that journey. Let them be infused with that energy of creation as we all get pulled into to the Pluto return. These plutocrats have no idea what's going to hit them. It's going to hit them hard. I've been looking at the cycle of Pluto in our nation's chart and history. And no, they don't get to do this anymore. And I can kind of sense, Donald says he knows things because of his gut feeling. They all sense something is very wrong and not working like it used to. It's not since the Saturn Pluto. There is definitely a sense of something being very wrong. And I'm telling you, I did these terrascopes over Manhattan. I just got started with them. There is no dialogue going on between these. Remember how they used to be talking about this and that, playing this, playing that? They're talking a big game, huffing and puffing. There's like nothing there. It's gone poof. Crazy. I know. So, how are you guys doing? I think we're going to close it here. I was just planning to do a quick visit. If you're joining us, please, I encourage you to listen to the first part of this live. I talk about President Clinton. I think he's going to be okay. And my little story on when I met Bill and Hill back in 94. It's a fun story. Okay? So that's that. Oh, yeah. Linda, can we all say prayers for Linda and her husband? I think he had a difficult diagnosis. I think I saw that. Lots of love to him, both of you. You're being pulled to something new. Yes. Thank you, T-Barb. I'm so happy to see you, T-Barb. These energies have been very draining for Scorpio. So patience with those Scorpios in your lives, because they're really taking on a lot of energy that I don't think they don't like to reveal these things. It's a bit draining. It's a bit hard. They're carrying the load, but get through it, okay? So, yes. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Paisley. Thank you, Bonnie Douglas. I'm glad I was able to come live. Deb, Scorpio, you're here. Help, yeah. Okay. Oh, my one last thing I have to tell you, because this quarter moon made my eyes pop, because the sun was at 20 degrees, the moon at 20 degrees Capricorn, Pluto 24. This is all Saturn-Pluto conjunction, Jupiter-Pluto conjunction, the can opener eclipse. And indeed, when we get to our full moon, I don't know what the date is, but yeah, the sun will be at 27 degrees Libra. The moon will be at 27 degrees Aries. Our Pluto is 27 degrees Capricorn. I have been sensing this is like the last season before the Pluto return in a cardinal sign. Before winter. So this is like the precursor. This is like cleaning stuff up, getting us ready for the big shift that's on the way. And everything is working in a timely fashion. Don't let anyone scare you about it, okay? Okay? October 20th. Oh, goodness. That is, okay. So, thank you. Oh, good, Martha. I am so glad to bring some more calm and peace. I think you guys pull that through me as well, because I'm always kind of surprised at the messages that come through. Yes, Eris is very involved. Absolutely. Oh, October 20th, 2022. Yeah, so that will be in Aries. Just, you guys, Mercury will be orbiting better, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be hot. It's going to, avoid the masses and the conflict. Just peace out, okay? Okay, so we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Bye, guys.